Hey, it's Deanna from Futures Past, and today I want to show you an antique French doll. And it's probably like sometime around 1870s to 1880s. And let me give you a little backstory on it. So I had purchased this about 10 years ago on eBay, and I had no idea who made this doll. I knew it was French, and they call these, I think, French fashion dolls because they were made at the time when they were used like as almost like a little miniature mannequin to show the outfits that people once wore. And it was almost like a Barbie doll of its time. And I mean, children did play with them as well. But they were like fashion ladies, and they were fashion plates who wore beautiful little outfits. And so I didn't know who made her because she was unmarked. And I thought maybe Jumeau. And Jumeau was a premier French doll maker around that time. But there were many other French factories making French fashion dolls. And so I contacted an expert who actually is French, who is an expert and wrote many books on antique French dolls and French fashion dolls. And his name was Francois Themer, I believe. I don't know if I'm pronouncing it correctly, but I emailed him and I sent him photos of this doll. And he was kind enough to get back to me. I mean, he's a busy guy. He's like world famous. And he said that he felt that this doll was made by a French doll maker by the name of Madame Rohmer. And Rohmer also, at the time that this doll was made, he said used heads made by Jumeau, but made the bodies separately on her own, but purchased the doll heads from Jumeau. And he believes that this is a Madame Rohmer doll made by Jumeau and the body made by Rohmer. And so, like, her body is pretty cool. So it's like leather, and she has bisque lower hands. As you can see, they're very, very well formed, except for she's missing a few fingers, which doesn't bother me too much. It's quite common. It's blushed and painted. And the really cool part is from here up, her body's made out of wood. So like her upper arm is leather over wood. And the rest of her body is made out of leather. I had covered her legs with these old, actually vintage stockings. And above that, she has silk stockings and pantaloons. And I found this old antique taffeta dress that would fit her perfect. I made her hat. It's not very good. I'm not a good seamstress, but I found ostrich feathers and a straw hat at a hobby store. And I used antique lace. And I found some little rhinestones, and I glued them onto the hat with silk flowers. And I found beads, glass beads, and I made like little tassels. So I gave her a cute little fashionable hat. I don't know if it's period correct, but I just thought it looked antique. And I found this beautiful mohair wig. I paid quite a bit of money for it. I think I paid like $60 for this wig. But if you really need a good mohair wig for your antique dolls, this is not unheard of. Some of these beautiful antique replica mohair wigs can sell for $100 to $200 to $300. So I thought I had a pretty good buy on what I paid for this wig, because you could see it's quite beautiful. It looks like real hair, and I like mohair wigs way better than human hair doll wigs because they're less like fly away, and they stay in the shape. They stay in the style way better than human hair wigs. So I believe mohair is made from some kind of Tibetan goat or some kind of animal. And so what I like about this doll is she has like cobalt blue eyes, as you can see here. They're cobalt blue glass, you know, it's like hand-blown glass. Her lips are like very pouty. She has a closed mouth. She has lovely little feathered eyebrows. She almost looks as though she's smiling in a way. Like her lips are upturned at the corners. She has very thick, chubby cheeks. And I got this doll for quite a bargain. At the time, these dolls were valued at about, I think, like $1,500 to $2,000. I think these dolls are worth a little more now. And I only paid about $150 for her. I found her on an eBay auction. Would have buy it now. Someone had just listed it. and she came naked without a wig. And I found this little antique purse for her as well, by the way. But yeah, so I got her for like 150 bucks. Now, might I add that she does have a small hairline crack to her head underneath the wig, which you don't see, but it does hurt the value. When these old dolls have a hairline crack on their head, I believe it reduces their value by at least 50%. All the value in these antique dolls are in their porcelain bisque heads. So that's very important. If you collect these antique dolls, try to get the best example that you can get without too much damage. I mean, the body damage is quite common, but the head is the most important part of these antique dolls. So, you know, so the value, now if I were to sell this doll, I could probably get $500 to $800 for her. On a good day, I could probably get $1,000 for her because she's dressed so nice. And if she had original clothes, an original mohair wig, and original shoes and accessories, you can even like add on probably another 30 to 40% onto the value. But then again, I have a really good antique costume, although it has a little bit of staining. And I probably added another $200, $150 to $200 to her value by dressing her so nice and giving her, you know, her little accessory and whatnot. But yeah, so I don't have too many of these French dolls in my collection because they're too expensive and I cannot afford them. Some collectors put these dolls on layaway and pay them off for years. I don't like layaway because I am one of those I want it now type of people. So I really don't collect too much of these antique dolls because of that. And the fact that my husband doesn't enjoy my hobby as much as well. So money does not come my way when it comes to these dolls. He thinks it's a waste of money. So I only have a few antique French fashion and French baby dolls in my collection. So I don't think I'll be acquiring any more in the future unless I hit the lottery or become a very wealthy woman. But once again, thanks for watching another one of my videos. If you like what you see, hit the thumbs up and subscribe. And I hope you're having a great evening or a great day wherever you are in the world. And take care.